Hey, it's Saturday afternoon. No, it's not. Saturday morning. How do you do, cupcakes? And welcome back to Twisted Koi. And you, Eden Koi Pond, fucking workaholic. You should be here with the boys. And I say the boys, I've got Keith from. Look at my club hand. Poor bastard. Yeah, that's it. Get the violins out. We got Keith from Seaver's Pond. If you don't know Keith from Keith's channel, go over and check him out. And Keith's son, Koiponics, mixing hydroponics and aquaponics with koi. And you know who this one is, old Rocket Boy. He's part of the fucking fixtures and fittings here. So yeah, we've got visitors here at Twisted Towers. I'm just putting a few fish in these Fandango lovely bright bowls. There we have a metallic achiever from New Forest Koi and two of the achievers from my spawning. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to put you lot down so we can carry on chatting fish and fry. Well, cupcakes, it looks like I'm just about to hit, I think it's 38 or 39 mugs. Woohoo! We got another one. Yeah. Yep, we've got a Seaver's Pond mug. Stay safe, keep koi. Couldn't have said it any better. Well, we're chatting koi and shit, so come back to you shortly. Yeah, well, the Rocket Boy's chatting with Scott. We've got Akamatsuba in the floating net here for Keith that we're just going to have to bag up for him. A cracking little Akamatsuba. And no doubt you'll see its progress on Keith's channel. So, get across to Keith's channel. Give him a subscribe, give him a like to his newest video, which will be here. And then tell him the Twisted one sent you. Let's get him up to 300 subscribers, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cheers, then. Cheers,
so that's the challenge. Let's get Keith from Seaver's Pond up to 300. How many subscribers you on at the moment?
42.
42. Right, so let's see if we can get Keith up to 300. And let's see if we can get Scott here to 100. How about that, yeah?
Sounds good, thanks very much.
Get your fingers working, cupcakes. Right, I'm going to bowl this fish up and bag this fish up even.
The next day.
Well, howdy doody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we, cupcakes? Yep, didn't do anything else yesterday. But we had a wicked few hours with Keith from Seaver's Pond and his son Scott from Koiponics. We are, like I say, we had the fixtures and fittings here as well, and Dave from Koi Karma. But yeah, wicked few hours, good chat and bits and pieces, you know, as you do, koi nerding and whatnot. Well, because I had visitors yesterday, I wasn't able to go shopping with Ma, so she popped round today, and she dropped me off a little gift. My dad's worked his magic again. Oh, I do love Pa. But if you remember back quite a while back, the Elbowless Wonder gave me a dual temperature probe thingy majiggy, but it was just like the actual bit that does the reading with the cable, so I sent that down to Pa. Pa's worked his magic, and now we have IP65 box with grommets and everything. I know I'm going to have to extend a couple of at least one of these, because I don't need two probes for the one pond, so I will have one. Will be running the probe for the main pond, which will go in here. I'm going to drop it down into that bulkhead there, and it will be fitted around here somewhere. Yeah, so it really fitted around there somewhere, because I'm going to need the plug socket to run it. But that's another job I can get on with and start sorting out. State of my bio bin. Yep. I put some fluke pea in. Excuse me. Put some fluke pea in on Friday, and yeah, the pond is like fucking Foam City. I don't like it, and I don't think I'll be using fluke pea again. I think after using this and seeing the amount of foam I've got, not just on the pond but actually in the biofilter as well, I'm not too pleased with it. So yeah, it'll be going back to the old fucking Fluke Salt Plus or the Lernix Pro. But that being said, the fish are looking quite happy. Let me spin you around. Yeah, look at that. Fucking Foam City, look. But like I say, the kiddies are doing well. Only a Betty, huh? Look at that gorgeous face. Yep, they haven't been fed yet today. Well, I was going to say this morning, but it is actually 20 past 2 in the afternoon. So, yeah, the old hand has started to go back down. So, hopefully I can start getting some bits done tomorrow. I really want to try my best to get this front enclosed in. Dave from Koituber is going to bring me down a bit of insulation so I can insulate. Spin your back round again. Oh, you're going to get dizzy, aren't you? Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to insulate this wall and we're going to insulate that wall and then put some ply over the top of it. And then what I'm hoping is that, that's better, is that once I've got the front in, I'm hoping that I will have enough perspex left to in fact turn it into a double glazed unit. So in doing that, because I've got a double glazed effect on the ceiling anyway, and I say all that is all sealed in with silicone, so we know that that works. So what I'm thinking is if I can get the front done and get it sort of like double glazed with the perspex, I should get away with chucking a greenhouse heater in there just to keep it at a more ambient temperature, purely for the fact that I've got my fry in there, the larger my fry in there, and I'm hoping to get a few more in there, but at the present it's sitting around 11 degrees, and that is not conducive to growing fish big, especially when you're trying to give them the best for their potential at that size. Can you see what I mean? And at the moment they're not getting that 100%, but they are too big to put in the fish tank with the others. So yeah, a bit of a not maybe impasse is the wrong word, but until I can get in there up and running, I'm stuck slightly. So yeah, but we did work out yesterday. I'm sure Keith will correct me, but we did some calculations, and just the tank alone will be holding 261 gallons. So that's 11 more gallons than the IBC tank, but it's exactly 131 gallons more than what I had last time. That's not including the two filters that are going to be in, so we could be around the 290 gallons mark. So if we hit that, then we're going to be even better. Hang on. Jazz hands. Yeah, well I can't do much more with it than that, so yeah, jazz hands. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Picked up another tin of white gloss. I mean, like I say, I'm going to leave the switch bit grey. I'm pointing at stuff again, and you're looking at me fizzog. So yeah, I'll leave the switch grey itself, but I'll do the outside white. And like I say, the boxes and that we'll get a second coat on the front of them will too. Hoping to get the 1.5" female irons for the pump, so we can get that sorted out. But look at the state of my lovely bio bin. Fucking flute pea. Fucking flute. I don't know, I ask you. But yeah, they're all looking pretty good out there though. Swimming around nicely. Let us, so what we do is we shut that one and we turn that one off. And when I shut the skimmer off, and it's the first time it gets shuts off, I then shut that one and open that valve there. That will then open the air valve and we'll get it bubbling like fuck. So then what I do is I come out here and now they can have a bit of munch. And munch away they do. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So the only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I actually screw the lengths of wood to this fucking framework, and then I can use the small circular saw I've got with one hand. That'll at least make a start on getting me where I want to be over there. So I think you've had enough of me flapping me chops for the minute, so I'll spin you lot round and bring you back later. Yep, disappeared too bloody quick, didn't I? Right, so yeah, I've chucked my food in. They're having a bit of a munch, as you can see. Now piss is boiling the holy shit out of it. So all we do is we come along now. There we go. Once it hits that point, I turn the air off, which then lets the water purge. Empty, shut that, open that, ready to start it up all over again. That will be started up once they've finished having a munch. Boom! Hey, there we are. Oh, well, it's now about 3:45, and I have been plodding. I won't lie, I can't use this much at all, even though it's started to go down. But let me spin you around. Just making sure that I get a single glaze all the way round first before I start cutting up anything else. But yeah, I just got 2 more bits to cut for this window. Let me see if I can zoom you out a bit. There we go. 2 more cuts for this window. I've got that piece cut for across there, and that one's already in, so I've got something to screw the perspex to. But I was actually thinking, if I have this door open out on a hinge that way, and then instead of having this one come out towards me, I'm thinking about putting it so it hinges in that way, and then I can put a prop in that drops down. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, but it's definitely a coming on. And if need be, I've got a load more there that I can rip down into the same size that I'm using. Saves me trying to get rid of it. Can use it, all well and fucking good. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with myself at the moment. He's just finishing off another round of pellets. That's all they're going to get for today now. And the dual colour on my my Acer. Looking really good. Once I've got this done, that'll be the next job to tackle, is that one. I've got the bits to change the wastes round. I haven't got any valves or anything yet, but that's fine for the minute. As long as I can get the valves in position, the pipes in position, I can then look at boxing in around that. I am also going to have to build some kind of framework to go around this easy pod, and once this UV comes off, I will panel that as well to give it a little bit more insulated properties, if you see what I mean. And I've still got a bit of decking to put down there. But yeah, the whole idea is to get it as snug as a bug in a rug as possible. And of course, if I'm going to be putting some kind of greenhouse heater or something in here to keep a constant ambient temperature, then I'm going to have to box this in, otherwise there's absolutely no point. You know, the pipes need boxing in, the easy pod needs boxing in, so that, you know, it hasn't got the wind chill factor. I can get some insulation around it as well, which means any electric that is being used in here is being used wisely. I mean, I'd be happy if I could keep that comfortably about 16 to 18 degrees, because then at least then they're still going to be able to eat not a high protein food, but still a reasonably high protein, which is what they need at this stage really. So yeah, that's the plans there. And once it's all painted up, I reckon it'll look quite cool. Perspex isn't the best, but you know me, I use what I've got. Oh, sounds like Susan's doing the mashed potato for the roast dinner. Ooh, roast lamb today. I haven't had roast lamb in a long time. And it smelt absolutely divine as I walked through the kitchen. Yes, it did. I still haven't decided where I'm going to the box yet. You know, I might sit it down that end so I can see it as soon as I walk through the door. Well, all you'll see is the readout, because if it goes on the top half of the wall, then it's going to be going white. And yeah, I more than likely will chuck it over there, so as soon as I come in I can see it. My phone's starting to disappear, thank fuck for that. I really, look at it sat in my fucking skimmer. I mean, I ask you, talking about the skimmer, right, we can get that fired back up, so we switch on that one, leave it a second, lift up that slide valve, and away she goes. There we go. There she goes, up and out through the Tempest. These are doing all right, considering I've been bashing and crashing around here. But yeah, I want to get this last piece of perspex cut to get in there, because then I know that's all the solid framework done then, and then it's just to have work on the movable side. And I will definitely need to cut up some more wood to size. So yeah, I'm going to chop this down here, and then we'll get the angle on it, the angular dangle, because I'm going to cut it to go straight in across there as one piece. So yeah, it is coming along rather nicely, I think. I'm quite pleased with it anyway, so that's all that matters at the end of the day, isn't it? Back to you later. You spin me right round, baby, right round. God, I can't wait. This time next year, you will not see those plastic crates on there. Oh, talking about, I'm going to be getting rid of the grasses. So if anyone wants the grasses that come out of these two hangers, drop down in the comments and I'll post them up to you, because they're going to be replaced with calla lilies, because the old lily basket is going to be repositioned over in the corner over there. Oh, talking about the corner over there, I was chatting away, I think it was Rocket Boy actually I was chatting away to, because I was talking about air source heat pumps and the fact that, just for you, Skegster. Yeah. Can't get a slurp in for Skeggy, you know, might not be with a cup, but I can still slurp it for you, boy. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, digression. Sorry. Yeah, I was chatting with old Rocket Boy, and because he's running an air source heat pump, and like I said, I don't need nothing fucking big, because the only plan I've got if I get an air source heat pump is to plumb it into this new tank that's going in the filter house here, because that's the only one that the fish tank, when it's being used, is the only ones I want heated. And looking at the price of them, I was like, fuck that, I'm never going to be able to afford one of them. But Dave mentioned to me about a Penguin heat pump, air source heat pump, and I thought he was taking the piss until I Googled it, and yes, there is such a thing as a Penguin air source heat pump, and it looks just like a fucking penguin. But looking at it, for the price, there was one on special, I think it was 660 quid, which, if brand new, it's not that bad. They're actually designed for outdoor, above the ground swimming pools. And I was looking into it, and for every 800 watts is used, it generates up to 4 kilowatts worth of heat. Now, if I look at that in comparison to last year and this year, when I was running the other tank, I was actually running that on a 500 watt fish tank heater on full bore, and that's turned right up to sort of like 30 degrees, and I think the most it ever went to was 26. But also in there aiding that was a 250 watt, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, well, when I was running the other one, I was running sort of like 750 watts an hour, and it was probably pushing a little harder than that, considering I had both of them on full turn. So when you look at it, okay, it might be a big chunk of money to start with, but over time it should fucking help me greatly, especially now that we've worked out that the tank itself, not including the filters that I'm going to put in, is going to be 260 gallons, so 11 gallons more. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I save up for one of them, because yeah, it would fit absolutely fucking perfectly over in that corner. The only thing is, it would mean that I would have to incorporate either a mid feed or some kind of small skimmer, because they do recommend that any air source heat pump has some kind of pre-filtering done to it. So yeah, it looks like I might be cordial and holding in the new ground on tank wall. Just in preparation, you know, even if it's just capped off the other end, at least then I know it's there for as and when, because I do like the idea of it. I mean, I did look at the it was back when I was with the group doing the Koituber Fest, and one of them actually said to me about nano heat pumps, which are aimed at smaller bodies of water. But this penguin one, it just makes me smile when I look at it. I really like the price, considering it's over 500 quid, but I think it'll work fucking wonders for me. So, saving time again, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it'll take a while to get that one saved up, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. That's what I'm thinking, that maybe that is the way for me to go. Anyway, enough waffle. Put you down and get this bit of plastic cut. Hey, we're back. I know it's not that bloody cold, just finishing my fag. Well, I've plodded along and I'm really happy today. I've got to a point where I've used up a lot of what I had. The wood pile's slowly going down. I'll rip some more down tomorrow and get the last window finished. You'll see that in a second. I'm really pleased with how it's looking, actually. And once I've given it a coat of paint, it'll look swisheroo. I haven't put the temperature Dewberry Firkin up on the wall yet, but I have got it plugged in, and I can understand why these are wanting some more food, because the temperatures have gone up. Yesterday or the day before, I checked temperatures and it was like 9.6, and I was like, fuck me. But here we go. It's not in its position, obviously, but in the pond at the moment we are sitting at 12.6, because I've got that dropped in the old bio bin there, and the actual filter house itself, because there's the other Pro, without a door on and with a hole in the wall, we're sitting at 13.2 in here. So yeah, quite pleased with that. As you can see, the foam is slowly starting to disappear. Fucking fluke pee. And everything's awful. Ooh, I'm going to break my neck in a minute. We're getting there. We're getting to a point where it's not hold your life in your hands city. Zoom this out a bit. That's better. There you go. So yeah, looking nice and tidy in here, and that'll look even better once it's up on the back wall and it's painted white with a nice little black rim. Or I might paint the rim black, white as well, and then just have it all sort of like blend in with just the digits on the wall. But yeah, these have perked right up since putting the old fluke P in, and as you can see, the old foam is starting to die back. So yeah, these are looking real happy. Hey, cupcakes. Yeah, I'll sort you out some food in a minute. But, hey, look at that, folks. So, this side here is in solid. The top is in solid. The piano hinge I had kicking around, I have got to put a bit of wood across the bottom there. And I will trim this back a little bit so it's the same size, but I've got to put a bit on the top there. But considering I've been using up scraps, I don't think that's too bad at all. And I think it's definitely going to be a case of this centre one here will open upwards, and then I'll put some props down to prop either side of the window. Yeah, I think it'll look a lot better than having it out this way, and then it's a case of having to pull out to go up. I might as well just go in, drop arms down, job done. These are doing all right in here. So, hang on, let's see if we can do something special. We don't do this very often, do we? Alright, let's see if this will work. Well, that didn't happen the way I wanted it, did I? I almost dropped my phone on the fucking floor. Alright, let me spin you round. Try again. Well, hey, hopefully we got a bit of underwater footage there. I'm having to hold my arms up here because the phone is upside down. I hope we managed to get a bit of underwater footage there. You never know. I might have got it right. But on that note, folks, this has been the Weekend Waffling. I'm Vince. This is Twisted Koi. You lot have been great. And we'll catch you on the next one.
That's all, cupcakes.